There we go. That helps. Yeah, fantastic. Thank you.
Hold on, let me remove this spotlight. There we go.
Oh, that's amazing. Thank you.
I think it's live.
All right. So I'm gonna for my session talk about something that you'll either love or it'll put you to sleep. Hopefully not the latter. I'm I'm gonna talk. I'm gonna do Kenpo today. I did knife last time, and I'm gonna talk about relationships between techniques and some of the what we call category completion stuff. But I like to take it from this frame of mind uh, to help you kind of understand where I'm coming from. So, in my schooling, I have my PhD in sociology. There's a reason why I'm telling you this. And in undergrad, when you started sociology, you learned three major theories: a functionalism, a conflict theory, and something called interactionism. And from really first year onward, all through schooling, you're supposed to take a stance on what theory hits you the most. And there's less on take a bit from both and choose a theory and run with it, write papers on it, etc. And at first I remember going through undergraduate studies going, oh my goodness, I just want to get the heck away from this theory and get into the real stuff, the empirical research where we look at relationships between variables and away from this theory. But I've learned that over the years that a lot of the theory will help you understand some of the more maybe advanced applications. So I'm going to take that approach with Kenpo and help you go, rather than there being 154 techniques or additional 3 if you do, aggressive twins, spreading branch, intellectual departure, rather than having 157 that work against you, maybe there's a way to kind of see how the interrelationships exist so that we can go, you know what, that's all leads back to another move and why it all occurs. So I'm going to start off with a really basic technique in Kenpo out of yellow belt. And we all know it, deflecting hammer. Okay, so we'll start this one with our right foot forward. Let's do it all together. And we're kind of framing the right front kick. Now, generally speaking, it's taught in American Kenpo that we stay on that same major line, okay? When you're more advanced, sure, you hit a 45-degree angle, you know to get out of the way. But being a yellow belt technique, we're going to shuffle back and we're going to deflect. We're going to grab the arm with the left. The right arm doesn't stop. And I move in and do my inward horizontal elbow, okay? So let's just try that again. When we get better at it, of course, our arms don't stop. So we got this forward motion occurring. So let's try this again. So we're framing the kick. So we make the deflection. I'm just going slow in case anyone is new, maybe deep. We do our inward horizontal elbow and we move away. Okay, we'll try it one more time. And this time we won't stop and restart. So we'll move back and then we'll shuffle forward, because one of the rules in Kenpo is always shuffle on elbows. Okay, so let's try this again. We're going to borrow the force and do it all one motion. Right. Okay, and what we're doing on this one, you guys, is we're staying on the major line, 6 to 12, but because of the deflection, it's not a traditional karate block. Because of the deflection, we're taking our opponent out of 45-degree angle, but we're staying on the major. Try it one more time. We'll go slow. So we move back and move in and do our elbow, and that's it. Okay, most of us know that one. Now, here's the cool thing. Deflecting hammer showed us to stay on the major line and put our opponent on a 45-degree line. So somewhere in Kenpo, we have to take the 45, but keep our opponent on the major. So we're going to try the thrusting salute. I like to start with the hands up like, hey, take it easy. Let's all do this together. Drop the right foot back to 430. Make our downward block. Bring the hand up, front kick, and make our thrusting heel palm. So you see what happened was their angle of entry was still straight, but your angle of exit was now the 45. So you step to a zone of sanctuary. And so try this again. We take the 45-degree angle and make our double minor major. front kick, and then make your thrusting heel palm. That's why it's called thrusting salute. Okay. So one more time. So thrusting salute, we take the 45, keep them on the major. By the way, I don't bring the hand up and then kick. We'll do it simultaneously. And then thrust with their palm, move away. Now go back and do deflecting hammer and feel how you stay on the major, but put it on the 45. So you're going to go make your deflection, move in, and do your elbow. So just go back and forth and feel how one you stay on the major line, take them on a 45. The other one you take the 45, but keep them on the major. Go for it. Great. And then one thing to try, everybody, is when you shuffle back, this is a common mistake. Try to move both feet when you shuffle back such that you don't get caught with your feet together. So I'm going to exaggerate and do it wrong. Try not to go, see how my feet are close together. So I want to make sure I move both feet so I still have base the whole time. So we shuffle back, make our deflection, and then move in and do the elbow. But try not to get caught with your feet together. All right, keep going. I think I might have seen a hand.
Sir, question.
Yeah.
In deflecting hammer, I've heard that this block, sometimes I've heard it called a riding block. Is that the term that you've heard?
It's a deflection, basically.
It's a deflection, okay.
Deflecting hammer, because you're just complementing the angle of your thigh, deflecting past your hip, and then moving in and do your elbow.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, and even the name deflecting hammer kind of gives it away. Our hand is in a hammer position. Yeah. Okay, now something kind of cool, guys. This is going to be a little bit different in the movement, okay? Okay, when you do thrusting salute, this is going to feel different. Try not to have your right foot flat. So watch how I go flat. Because what happens is to kick, can't kick from here. I have to turn my foot and add an and then. I want you to try to do this where you drop back on the 45, but you're already facing your work. So you're going to go, now I'm already on the ball of my foot. I'm already ready to go. Do the kick in the palm. Now, some of you might go, I can't move that way, but I don't think that's true, because when you spar, you're not flat-footed. You're always on the balls of your feet. So you can train yourself to do that. Try that again. Drop back and already be on the ball. Now you're already low. There's no and then, and your economy motion's working. Thrusting heel palm and finish. Try. Yeah, Mr. St. Jean.
Is that a double factor block?
Double factor. Yeah.
One, hands closed, hands open.
That's right. I like to start with the hands open and then close them for the block.
Okay.
Yeah. Good. And then I'm not going to get too much into what's called master key techniques, but I'll say this, that thrusting salute is a master key technique in that I have a key, unfortunately, that can take Rob St. Jean's car and Master Durgan's car and Mr. Ashmore's car. I'm just kidding. But it's a key that unlocks other techniques. So watch this. This is cool. This is cool. We're going to do buckling branch. And in my opinion, Ed Parker was genius here, because he said, hey, if it's a left kick, we don't have to do this. We'll just do the same thing, something you're already accustomed to. That's why thrusting salute's master key. The person kicks with the left, but But now, because I'm on the outside of the leg, their back is to me. So I instep kick the groin from behind and then side kick their knee. Let's try that. So our hands are up. In other words, kick right or left, it doesn't matter. If it's right, I'm on the inside of the leg. If it's left, I'm on the outside. So same start. Then I bring the hand up, instep, make my twist, side kick, and I'm done. So the point is that rather than Ed Parker saying, okay, let's step back to 730 and do it on the other side, when your brain is thinking dominant and you've done thrusting salute so many hundreds of times, he said, hey, it doesn't matter which leg you kick with, we're ready. So try thrusting salute and do the kick on the palm. And then, okay, same start, buckling branch, but now I prefer the instep because their backs to you, we might kick them right in the butt. So instep twist, side kick, done. So now go back and forth between deflecting hammer, thrusting salute, and buckling branch. Yeah. Amazing. And you can either side kick and cover or side kick and land forward to see if they need any special attention. Great. Keep that going, guys. Nice, Rob. Okay, now let's hold on to that thought. I'm still in the yellow card. Okay, so I continue, this is me, to teach an old technique called intellectual departure. Okay, I like teaching it not only because I like the technique, but also it shows a category completion that you wouldn't see if it was removed. Okay, so let's try intellectual departure. It's taught two ways, both from a standing position, and the other one you're already in a neutral bow. Okay, in other words, some start from here where we drop back. The other one is we're already in our neutral bow. Let's try it where we're already in our fighting position. So one hand is high, one hand is low, and they're trying to front kick us. So we intellectually use an inside down block, palm down. And then I don't want to stop here because I need to borrow that. I back kick immediately to the groin. Come up with the back knuckle to the jaw or temple, drag up left foot to right foot, and side kick to the knee and move away. Okay, so we're going to try this one again. Intellectual departure, do it on a different angle. So we're framing the kick. And as they come with the right front thrust kick, I move back kick, come up high with the back knuckle, drag up inside. Now, the reason why I like to teach it, besides it's really delayed sword upside down, is think about this. Deflecting hammer, my hands are in an optimal position, and I'm working on the outside of the right leg. Intellectual departure, my hands are in a suboptimal position, but I'm working on the inside of the leg. And then to get a little bit more on zones, delayed sword, I went on this direction. Sword of destruction, I came from this direction. Intellectual departure would be bottom left. Deflecting hammer would be bottom right. So we're showing, oh yeah, we're showing all the different zones here. Boom, 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 boom. I don't want to remove that. So try this again. We're going to go one kick, back knuckle, drag up side kick, move away. Okay, so now try intellectual departure and then do deflecting hammer back and forth. And you'll see that shows a category completion as well. Yeah. Go ahead, Rob.
Press in front or shuffle up on the kick?
Drag up and side kick.
Drag up side kick, okay.
And then we know this, everybody. I'm just breaking it down. But when you hit that reverse cat, you got to kick right away. So, yeah. Nice. Now, everybody, let's go back and on your own do thrusting salute for the right front kick. There's a reason why I'm going to have you do that right now. By the way, when we do thrusting salute, the hand does not have to be an open, relaxed hand sword per se. It's a cross shoot. So if you prefer, do this with me. We drop back. You could just bring the hand up and do your palm. It could also blind the face, for example. If you think about it, it's just coordination step one that I'm doing my cross shoot. So try this again. We drop back, make our double factor, and then boom, that's fine too. So I see some of you bringing the hand up a little bit, as long as it's there, aware of where the opponent is, and then you thrust with your heel palm using borrowed force, because they're going to bend from that groin kick. All right, now we're still not going to digress from the yellow card. Okay? I love the yellow. Checking the storm. We're going to try checking the storm. This is an overhead club coming. So let's try this together. We step to 3 o'clock, basically to get the heck out of the way, and we use a double factor. Now, truth be told, you don't even need your hands. You're just stepping off and kicking, but this is like security purposes. In other words, if you're at a hockey game and a puck comes towards you, most of you won't go like this. You bring the hands up, right? Same idea. So we step off, do our inward outward carry, and right away, front snap kick to the groin, go to your in-place twist, side kick to the knee, and back fist, and move away. And you probably know why I'm getting to this technique. I'll show you in a second, but let's try this again. So we step to 3 o'clock. Remember, it's an overhead club, not a roundhouse. We step off. We don't pause in our pattern. I'm only doing that to make sure you've got it. As soon as we get there, front kick, twist, right side kick the knee, and add the back knuckle straight and away. You don't have to back knuckle so high because you kick them, assuming a male opponent, to the groin and then the knee. One more time, checking the storm. We step off, kick, twist, side kick, back fist, move away. Okay, just do that. And then I'm going to show you some cool links and parallels between the moves. Great. Okay, so let's get into this category completion thing a little bit. Okay, so let's think about this, what we've done, why I've chosen these ones. So first, let's do buckling branch. So let's go do this slow. The left front kick comes, I do a right front kick, I twist and do a left side kick. Okay, so right front kick, left side kick, do it again. We drop back and we make our blocks. We instep, we twist, we do our left side kick. So right front kick, twist, left side kick. And then in checking the storm, we went left front kick, twist, right side kick. Try checking the storm. So we step off, left front, there's the twist, the other side of it. right side, and do your back twist. So we went in buckling branch, right front kick, left twist, left side kick, and checking the storm, we went left front kick, twist, right side kick. There's even more. Let's do checking the storm again. So we step and do our double carry, kick, twist. Now, notice it's sideways, sideways. Sideways with the foot, sideways with the straight. Well, there's got to be a matching right vertical, not sideways, and a right vertical straight. And it's thrusting salute. So we step back, and now we, instead of going sideways, we go straight and straight, foot and hand. But if I'm teaching the American Kenpo curriculum and I go, bye-bye thrusting salute, I'll just keep checking the storm, you might not see that pattern. So I like to show when I teach, hey, learn it, and then you'll see all those interrelationships. So try buckling branch, checking the storm, thrusting salute, and feel that category completion happening. Now, everybody, I'm going to be honest with you. There are some techniques in our system that are done for category completion purposes, not necessarily because they, I'm going to be honest, make the most street sense. So I am not an 8th degree that says the 5 lance/knife techniques are perfect as written. Okay? There's gaps. There's Mr. Durgan's so true. There's gaps. But sometimes we do things for category completion. Let me just, without going through all those right now. Let's say thrusting lance works for a low knife thrust with the right foot forward, and I'm on the inside of the arm. Okay, thrusting lance. You get that? And then, okay, then we got entwined lance, where it's for a high knife thrust, and I'm on the inside of the arm. Okay. Then we have glancing lance, which is for a high knife, and I'm on the outside of the arm. Interesting. And then I got piercing lance, which is for a low knife, and I'm on the outside of the arm. So we got that, these interrelationships happening. And sometimes this is how I teach it, but the weapons rule, this comes more from Filipino martial arts training, is control, disarm, then use your technique, not strike, check, strike, check, strike, check, strike, check while they still have a knife in their hand. Do you understand? Which we do a lot in a lot of our Kenpo techniques. The moves go on. The longer the person holds a knife, the greater the, I'm a statistician, the greater the odds that we lose, right? So, and that doesn't mean that the disarm is easy, by the way. I'm not saying that's an easy thing, the control disarm technique. But what I am saying is, I don't know, let's choose glancing lance. We don't break their arm on the first move, then we poke them in the eye and we step offside. Like, I've heard everything, you guys, from, you know, they pull back, that's the reason. Look, the longer you're doing techniques empty-handed while they have a weapon, the worse. Yeah. But sometimes in Kenpo, we go, hey, this is a study of motion and we're trying to show things like entwined lance, how the hand sword matches the punch of calming the storm. And you start to go, oh, I see why some of this one-legged stuff, why we do it. It's matching other techniques in our system. Let me give you some more examples. How am I doing for time, Mr. Durgan? I want to go over.
You got about 5 more minutes. Can I ask?
Okay.
Can I ask you a question real
Please.
quick, Al?
Yeah.
So you mentioned the Kali Eskrima control disarm. I'm pretty sure that Mr. Parker laid out his acronym for that was divert, seize, control, and disarm, right?
Yeah.
So none of those techniques should leave that knife readily usable,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah.
Regardless of the tradition or the category completion or anything else. So if I'm working glancing lance, I'm diverting, seizing, controlling, boom, and then disarming.
Yeah, exactly. And it's funny that you gave that example because I made a video on glancing lance, and that's exactly where I showed a disarm.
Okay.
I showed it the textbook version, and then I said, now here's a place early on where we could get rid of the knife. And that's what I try to do, everybody, is to go, how can I use maybe some of my FMA training to go, and it's not to take away from what the Kenpo system, I understand why things are there, but what can we do to tighten things up and get rid of the knife earlier?
Right. Right. No, I just wanted to verify the divert, seize, control, and disarm thing.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay.
So let me do one more, which, and I thought, okay, we did a whole bunch of yellow. Let me do one really high up, that a technique that everyone likes to do in the air, but they don't like it on a body, even so much so that many American Kenpo schools refuse to teach it. You ready? Blinding sacrifice. Okay. Out of long 3. Now I'm going to show you some really cool things out of it. So let's do it textbook first, okay? I like to teach it for an attempted two-handed choke. So basically we step in, we basically draw apart, we go eyes and groin, we rip, hit the kidney, get out of there, we come back in, we attack the eyes, we push the arms down, we do our 2 punches, our forearm. I like to grab the head, knee, and stomp down and straight down the shin. Okay, so we try this one again. So again, different lineages, maybe slight variation, but this is the idea. So the timing is 1, 2. And we get our head down so we don't get headbutted because we're grabbing down low. Hit those kidneys and get out of there. Back in and attack the eyes. Push the arms down because they hold where it hurts. I did my punches, my forearm shot. By the way, in real, I could grab the head, use my power, but we'll use the dual. Hand on the head, knee and stomp and straight and out. Okay, so one more time, blinding sacrifice. So we do that heartbeat, hit, get out of there, back in, push it down, do your forearm smash, grab the head, knee, stomp straight, move away. Just do a few of those, and I'm going to show you why some really cool things within it. Go for it. Okay, so many years ago, I belonged to an association many years ago that didn't teach blinding sacrifice because it was a category completion move, even though a huge focus of their teaching was category completion, which is a bit ironic, but that's fine. I'm going to show you something really cool that you probably didn't know in blinding sacrifice and what makes it category completion. Do this with me again. So we're going to go eyes and groin, rip, come out. Now, take note of these twin inverted back knuckles. The dual motion. Because in striking serpent's head, we do the inverted back knuckle with one hand before we do the half fist. So we have the dual here. So somewhere we got to show you the single. And that is in striking serpent's head. Okay, so now let's try this. And then I'll give you a quiz and we're done. So we're going to go eyes, groin, rip, get out of there, back in, push it down. There's the twin back knuckle, the forearm, and move away. Now we showed you the dual, we got to show you the single. I like to occupy the face, not everyone shows that in striking serpent's head, but inverted back up with one hand, pull the hair, and make your half twist and move away. Okay, so do those two back to back. We'll finish with the quiz and then we're done. Okay, now here we go, everybody. There's a technique in the American Kenpo curriculum in green where we show the matching right inverted back knuckle. Anyone want to guess what technique that is? So we showed dual in blinding sacrifice. We showed the single with the left. Where's the right? It's obscure claws. So watch this. Let's do this together. So the person grabs your arm with two hands, make your claw, do your break. There's the right inverted back knuckle. And there's your middle knuckle, which by the way is total category completion. Would this be your first choice? Not mine. But hey, you know, gathering clouds, leaping crane showing you the inward middle knuckle. There we're showing it going the other direction. So watch this again. Obscure claws. We go two claws. Great. There's the right inverted back knuckle. There's that scissoring effect. And there's that middle knuckle strike. So we did the right. And then striking serpent's head. Go to the left. And then let's do blinding sacrifice and we're done. There's the dual. Move away. So we show dual, single striking serpent's head, and single right obscure claws. So understand that Kenpo is a study of motion, and we have to show you, hey, there's the left side, there's the right side. And that helps you kind of go, huh. It makes you think rather than just go, got it. Can I get promoted now? I know all my techniques. You know, think through these and see some of those interrelationships. And there's so much to explore. That's what drives me. Any questions?
I do. Funny that.
Please.
So, and I'm going to ask this very neutrally because I have my
Sure.
own opinion, as you may well have surmised. Where does category completion come from?
Oh, that's a great question.
The term and the use of. Because I know I want to see.
My understanding is that there was many different terms floated around, like family groupings, family groupings, master key, master movements, and then the category completion thing. Because I know category completion is nowhere in the encyclopedia of Kenpo.
Nor is it in insights.
Yeah. Is that what you're alluding to, Mr. Durgan?
Okay, so it comes from Huck Planus.
Yeah.
The term itself comes from Huck Planus. I just was curious to see if.
Oh, I see. Under an individual, you meant.
Right. Well, no, not necessarily. I mean, I know you've been around. You studied with all kinds of different people. I wanted to, and I also kind of want everybody else to understand that there are a lot of great terms out there and a lot of great things and tools or means through which we can study the system or study the arts in general, right? And that's one of them. I struggle to see it as a holy grail of any kind, but that's I would revert back to family groupings. and family related moves. That's what I focus on as opposed to, but nonetheless, great seminar.
Thank you very much.
I'll open it for anybody else that have questions. Anybody got questions for Master Seabrook? Sorry, and I want to apologize up front. I struggle with the whole master thing, both for myself and anybody else. So never think that I'm disrespecting you if I'm not
Oh, no.
addressing you as such. It's just not my thing, right? Never has been, probably never will be. I still call my teacher Mr. Rainey. He's a 10th degree black belt, been so for a few years, and anybody else. So
All good.
anyway, awesome. Mr. Ashmore, did you have a question?
No, sir. Category completion was something that I came up across, not from my early stages, but much later in the game. So while I sit on the fence with a lot of that, I still find your explanation and your teachings fascinating, and I love that kind of stuff. So practicality, sorry, I didn't have much of a question, just kind of an observation and a comment. But I really appreciate it, sir.
You're addressing Mr. Seabrook?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you for that, Mr. Ashmore. Again, it's like some people in academia go in the theory realm for all of their career. They're considered theorists, and that is their passion. Other people move away from that completely, and some people are like, yeah, I see that. I don't want to be too theoretical, so I want to be more in the middle, and there's others that move far away from that. But I think that, this is my opinion, different personalities and learning capacities, some people it helps. This is my opinion, because they go, oh yeah, I can see the interrelationships easier that way than if I just taught them as all separate moves. That's really, that's kind of my approach, and that's why I chose to do that. Literally, I decided on the topic today.
Yeah, no.
Thanks to Ivan Valdivia.
No, that's great. I was just giving for some people that don't focus on the category completion.
Oh, sure.
The alternative verbiage for that is basically family groupings or family
grouping
moves, right?
Yeah.
Which is an Ed Parker term, blah, blah, blah. And the only reason that I try to, so yeah, anyway, fascinating. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate it. Oh, good back. And there was much to be had out of that as well, with regard to the family groupings.